A small festival of British drama, an international jury, and 10 directors' sketches in 2 hours in an action-packed 2 days on the stage of the Dovzhenko Center. Stay tuned to ProArt to learn about dialogue between Ukraine and Britain and how Ukrainian creators impress juries in an English literature competition. It's a challenge and stressful for directors and actors to put themselves out there in front of a jury.
How we deal with life, with death, our own mortality, all those kind of themes are there in his work, as well as themes of racism and otherness and all those things.
We can be proud. This festival really is exclusive.
This is my first time seeing Ukrainian theatre.
We're here to celebrate and to take part in the 4th cycle of our Taking the Stage programme.
It's by way of tradition that the festival has become the platform for directorial experiments and push for studying selected British playwriting. While viewers are familiar with Shakespeare and even Tom Stoppard, works by Carol Churchill and Duncan Macmillan might be a challenge for both a theatre and an audience.
I'm looking for work that feels like speaks to the heart of the texts we're looking at. I'm looking for work that feels like it takes a new, fresh view on those texts. And I think I'm looking for work that puts, like, the audience, the heart of what it is it's trying to do artistically.
We're very pleased that a wider selection of British plays, British texts have been put on the Ukrainian stage, so are being made available to Ukrainian audiences.
The organizers chose the words of Shakespeare "What's Past is Prologue" as the leitmotif of the 2018 festival. The participants striving for victory wanted to answer the question and closed in the quote. Harms believed that the more unpolished the draft, the more honest it is. I would love to win because I think the topic is very relevant at the present time. The courage of participants is essential so they can promote their ideas and request what they want to do. The contemporary world is based on Shakespeare's Macbeth. People need to think and perceive. Everything should follow these principles: simple, lively, fast, and about our realities. Max Afanasyev and the Kherson Theatrical Company presented their stage sketch Far Away. Carol Churchill created a play influenced by events in Yugoslavia. Far Away narrates the story of the world in a state of war. Fear as a major theme is triggered by society and the authorities. It is fear that transcends from one war to another. That which the author has in mind, meaning, and context are creating a plethora of interpretations, and the play can be applied in any form. For instance, the connection to English names has no particular meaning. The director had the opportunity to deliver all these subtexts and meanings to the audience through the skills of the actors. We held 7 or 8 rehearsals, but it's more honest with regard to text. Moreover, modern drama material requires an understanding of the context. The concept of this year's festival is What's Past is Prologue, and for me this play is a totally accurate representation of the Taking the Stage motive.
Всюди дорогою були ці плакати, білборди, знаєте, великі з надписом «Так, за незалежність».
In this sketch, the British author appeared as his own director. Jack Glover and Kiev-based actors presented this very relevant social drama about issues which are universal for many countries. The Scottish independence referendum held in 2014 was shown in a Ukrainian interpretation by its creators.
Ви називаєте нас острівними, провінційними. Ви кажете, ми не хочемо вас слухати. Ви праві. Ми не хочемо слухати вас.
Jack Glover works in Ukraine and has staged several plays in Lviv and Zaporizhia, and he works with us now. I wanted to do a production of a play that discusses European topics that are of importance in Ukraine. Ukrainian themes are significant for British people, Hungarian ones are relevant for Ukrainians, etc. But the events taking place in Ukraine have parallels right across Europe. Foreign history is a method of showing that we want to discuss painful topics.
Приїдемо на Мелроуз Авеню 45, щоб спалити тебе і твою сім'ю.
Taking the stage shows one of the many variants that theater can adopt. I believe it's important and interesting when one has the ability to see different styles that modern Ukrainian theater possesses. Harold Pinter is a titled playwright, Nobel Prize winner in literature. Nata Budarina became most interested in the one-act play The Lover.
Я затримаюсь. Точно. Бувай.
She presented a sketch for it in an elegant perspective as a complex multidimensional game of characters. This is both a private life and the model of a society with disfigured morality. I didn't know how to stage it, so I tried to figure it out. I'm lucky to have my own company. The festival brought together professionals. This aspect played a major role in staging this complex play by Pinter.
Що відбувається? Поясни мені, що з тобою сталося, в яку гру ти граєш?
Я не граю.
We try to understand the play, to find something interesting in it. It's quite unique. Therefore, we try to construct something that would have an effect on the audience at the emotional level.
Який ти противний, такий холодний. Всі ви чоловіки однакові.
У мене є улюблений партнер Юрій.
I have my favorite partner, Yuri Kulinich. I want every performance that we rehearsed or played to flourish. My precious one.
Ти зі мною, розумієш? Це ми. Люби мене.
Ти занадто кістлява. Вибачай.
The play cuts across subjects, but it has a family theme. It relates to all of us. It's something like an autobiographical show. The director's creativity is limited by 6 or 7 rehearsals. In this manner, Nata Budarina encourages the actors to improvise. Moreover, she appreciates the work of the team. We didn't have a lot of rehearsals, but I work on the principle that we're working as a creative company, and the performances are composed at the rehearsal together with everyone. One may regard as symptomatic the treatment of post-60s generation British playwright David Edgar by Larissa Didenko and the Lviv Company of Actors. The director considered the markers of Western Europe in Pentecost as completely irrelevant for Ukraine. I think that the most stressful arrangements had a director. The director should know all the aspects so we can play it well. Larissa Didenko knew what she was doing and delivered it to us. When a director is living the idea and passes this passion to the actors, then they have a decent product that works. The neat sketch from Pentecost contained not only acute psychological scenes that were demanding for the actors, but also flexible tricks that required the skills of the actors. It was skillful improvisation. We tried to perform some tricks so she could twist around. Let's say these were the safest actions from what all that we had rehearsed. Such festivals enable young directors to dare and obtain fame. Ukraine needs new names, so tells us director Dovzhenko. It is a perfect chance for people who are not famous to be seen. I think the organizers made the right choice to give all directors an opportunity. Why not? It's a chance to have a confident look at Europe.
But actually, it's not about just young directors, it's not about just old directors. It's about directors who are willing to take something new, to share their experience with the UK partners and to gain experience from the UK partners.
Заспокойся, друже. Гостей зустрінь ввечері привітно.
People want to modernize many classics. The company from Chernihiv and director Yevgenia Sidorenko worked hard to embody this extravagant interpretation of one of Shakespeare's trademark plays. Macbeth can be a comedy.
Ну що, готово все?
Так, володарю. Сам йому горлянку я перетну.
When we started to work, we did not think that it is possible to interpret Shakespeare in such a comic way. But then it got easier because we liked the result. These themes are too serious to use to pressurize people with.
Що ви ім'я не можете сказати? Чого ж киваєш чубом, ти кривавим?
These topics should be discussed with a smile today. The events that we experience are reflected in the source play, and we have to alter the delivery. It is the rehearsal of the performance that we will have later. We will stage the play. Regardless of our victory or defeat, we came here to try out this sketch.
Згинь, приводи нещасний,
How I judge Shakespeare's plays, I mean, he is such a fantastic writer and he writes completely about what it means to be human. I think I'll be really interested to see as many wild or wonderful kind of variations on a theme as possible. So I'm quite open in terms of how people approach it, but I think we've got to hold on to what it is that he's really talking about, what means something.
I come from a background of contemporary theatre in England where the idea of scratching work, so that is to say taking work that's maybe a bit more challenging and experimentally sort of playing around with form.
This astonishing British drama supported and revealed many Ukrainian talents. However, the native literature has equally masterful works. Many people sat behind the scenes. Why aren't Ukrainian plays promoted in British theatres? They popularize their works, and this is correct. I consider it normal to draw conclusions after each festival of this kind. We should do the same and advance our works. It should look like the bombardment of the West with Ukrainian drama.
Working with the Royal Shakespeare Company for several years, I would love to have something Ukrainian kind of in our theatre. I think there are parts of the world, yeah, I'd be really interested to see a Ukrainian classic done on the English stage, definitely.
The panel had to dismiss 7 participants in the process of choosing the 3 leaders. Rendering the verdict was the hardest part. It was particularly hard for soft-hearted Rostislav Derzhipilsky, director of the Ivano-Frankivsk Theatre. He knows very well what it takes to develop and stage something with a deep meaning in an unusual way.
Сидячи справді в журі, я раптом зловив себе на думці, що я
I realized when I was sat there as a panel member that I have this soft and loving approach. I am tolerant and patient. However, that was earlier on. As Saturday, I was quite judgmental. We have a qualitative breakthrough in direction and Ukrainian theater, even if the products that appear are sometimes low quality. So yesterday I thought that I should be a tough jury member. I think that for a festival and forum of such standard, only the best should win.
журі, тому що я вважаю, що дуже класний форум, класний захід і мають перемогти найкращі.
In any case, it's the opinion of the jury, and I'm happy that the audience has the opportunity to vote. It's quite awesome for the directors to be able to check their abilities. Obviously, it is not an objective evaluation, but it's still the test. It is good for people. The winners of the British Council in Ukraine 2018 program are Nata Budarina, Irina Tsipina and Tamara Trunova. This format of a British drama mini-festival held in Ukraine is unique, and the organizers are proud to have such a festival.
We think that here in Ukraine we've made it unique, we've added some special features to it.
In that spirit, which is really about collaboration and sharing ideas, that I'm looking forward to watching the work this evening.
We can be proud of our exclusive work. It is the work of our team together with the theatrical platform, an organization based in Ukraine. Our colleagues from Mexico are adopting a similar format to us, so perhaps the local taking the stage will work abroad in the near future.
We're taking the stage
And it's really just absolutely what the British Council is about, making those connections between cultural sector, cultural organisations and individuals in the UK and Ukraine for joint production and joint development.
High theatrical art does not have geographical or language barriers. The dialogues of British writers are comprehensive and close to Ukrainian directors and actors. They're exciting for modern theatrical audiences in any country.